Hi there, Paulie here from TurboWeb. Right, I've had heaps and heaps of people hitting me up going, where's the next video, Paulie? What's going on? Why aren't you saying anything? And if I'm going to be real honest with you, it's pretty intimidating, putting your opinions out there and all that kind of thing. I didn't really expect that much attention. In fact, I didn't even know what I was thinking. I just started talking, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here's the thing. We've done pretty well in this whole lockdown business. And as a country, we've got a really good shot here of keeping this under control and making a good job of it. Our mission now is to weather the economic fallout, and make no mistake, from what I've seen around the world, it's going to be a bumpy ride. You know, I mean, we all know someone who's been affected big time by this, you know, so myself and my crew, we're really lucky because we can do our work online, but other people haven't been so lucky. You know, but the exciting side of that is the amount of people that have said to me, oh, is it wrong to say that I've really enjoyed it? You know, I was talking to a guy this morning and he was just he had to hang me up. He says, I've got to go, I've got a kid that's just fallen over. And you know what a blessing that is to have a kid at home falling over right in front of you, and you're not away at work. So you know there's upside to everything. Anyway, paying the bills. The government's written massive checks. I mean, big checks. And you know it's our mission as Kiwis right now. We've got to pay the bills, and we've got to pay those checks off. We don't want to leave that around for our kids and grandkids. It's doable, and it means that we all need to play our part in it. So we need to rebuild our economy and make sure that we can get as many people as we can through this, and you know, keep people employed, earning money, keep the benefits going where they're required. You know, make sure we're not leaving people out in the cold effectively. So I was thinking about this and I was like, wow, how are we going to pay that? That is, the numbers are so big. And I thought to myself, well, there's been two main sort of income areas, and that's been tourism and agriculture / horticulture. And, you know, tourism is in a bad way. We're not going to see any international visitors. Definitely, I'd say, without a doubt, a year, but probably 2 years. I mean, that is just gone. And even then, there's not going to be the infrastructure for them to fly around the planet and all that kind of stuff. You know, just look at what's happening with the airlines. And when they do come back online, it's going to be really expensive. So I think we've got to put that on hold and say we're only going to have domestic tourism for quite some time. The other thing that we've got going for us is we've got a really good agriculture industry. You know, so likes of the dairy, sheep and beef, all that kind of stuff is massive. And those guys are really good at what they do. And I was thinking, well, how do we stimulate the economy? How do we get things going so we've got jobs, we've got people doing stuff and all that kind of thing? Because I think that we don't want to trade economic recovery at environmental cost. You know, oh, we've got to do whatever it takes to get going and we'll clean the mess up later. I don't think that's acceptable. I think we can be smarter and rip right into it. So I was thinking, right, the first thing we need to do is make sure we get really, really good broadband internet into those rural places. Now, there's a lot of companies doing really good work around this. They need to be powered up big time, and let's get it in, right? Let's get the really, really good connections to those farmers so they can plug into the technology that will help them farm a whole lot better, more efficiently and cleaner. There's huge technology changes been going on for farming, and they've got some really good tools. We just need to make sure they can use them properly. The other side of that is now farmers have had a bad rap, you know, from the environmental thing, and you know it has been a really bumpy ride. We've done well out of it, but it's come at an environmental cost. So let's turn that on its head and say, rightio, instead of making the farmers do this and do that and telling them what to do, and it's just a them and us situation, how about we collaborate? And how about, as part of that stimulus package, we've got the broadband in there, and then maybe we go, rightio, let's round up every fencing contractor in the country, right, and finance them to go and put up fences around all those streams and creeks and lakes and all that kind of stuff, anywhere we can, that's going to help those farmers farm better and stop that, that pollution that may go on with that as a side effect of that kind of thing. Right, so that'd be all those fencing contractors, they live in little rural areas, they'll all go back and spend $1 at the local shop, that kind of thing. If we've got people that are needing a job or unemployed, how about we get them out there and we get planting? I mean, they've been going on about planting all those pine trees and that, but we don't need a giant monoculture. What we do need is a good bit of variety. Righto, let's get these guys in, let's get the nurseries going, ramping up all the native production, and then let's get people out there getting those plants in. So we've got a really good economic stimulus with the broadband. The farmers can farm better. We're mitigating all the environmental impact that we can. Let's work really hard to do that, and either use smarts or just good old-fashioned stuff like fences, riparian planting, all that kind of stuff. And I've been talking to a few people about this, and I think that's a good way forward. There's a lot of money in that farming. There's, they earn some really good export dollars, and we should partner up and get to this. This is all about looking after everybody in the country. It's not about just one sector of, it's not business at any cost, and it's not farming at any cost or anything like that. We've got to all work together. And so, when you're out down the wholesaler and you're choosing some beers, are you going to buy the Heineken or are you going to buy the local brew? Because if you buy the local brew, you might just feed someone's kids. Every little bit counts. And if you can spend some money locally with a small player in the market, then those are the kind of things that we should do. So anyway, that's my rave for the day. Really appreciate all your feedback and all the stuff that people have said, and it's been pretty humbling really just to see it all come by, and people are quite enthusiastic. So exciting opportunity. Let's get into it and have a good time. I'll see you later.